Hello, super and second grade parents. This is Susie Bullock, your child's second grade teacher, and this is our curriculum night video. We're doing curriculum night a little differently at Head this year. We're sending out our curriculum night presentation through a video and email. You can watch it at your leisure, and then if you are busy on curriculum night, do not feel like you need to come. But if you would like to come, just drop in sometime between 6 and 7:30 in the evening and say hello, ask any questions you have, meet your child's special area teachers, and you can leave whenever you're ready. Throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, you can scan this QR code and post the questions on a Padlet I've created. I will also send out the link to the Padlet, and I will respond to all questions. So this is our second grade team this year from left to right. That's me, Miss Terrell, Miss King, Miss Centeno, Miss Elrod, and Mr. McKnight. A little bit about me. Professionally, I've been teaching in Gwinnett County over 20 years. Got my master's from the University of Georgia. Go Dogs! My specialist from the University of West Georgia. I've been married over 34 years to Mr. Bullock, who used to work here at Head until he retired. We have 3 daughters and 1 son who went through Head and graduated from Brookwood, and one of our daughters is recently married, and we have a wonderful bonus son-in-law. Personally, I love sports of any kind. If your child participates in sports, please send me their schedule, and if I can, I would love to make a game. I love walking. You may see me out and about around the community. If so, honk your horn and wave. I'll wave back. It might scare me, but I'll still wave. Love teaching, love time with my family. I taught here at Head for several years and then taught at schools in different places within the county, and just last year came back home to Head, and I'm very glad to be here. So here at Head, your child's safety and security is my first priority. I tell the children my number 1 job is keep them safe. Number 2 is teaching and learning. So we practice a variety of drills. We also ask visitors to show identification every time they enter Head and to check out as you're leaving. Students are not allowed to type website addresses into the Chromebooks or Google search for topics. They may only use the programs that I've loaded on our Google Classroom. Let's talk a little bit about second grade. This is our schedule. You'll notice that we head to specials right after announcements. So if your child comes in late, please check with the front desk to see which special our class is in, and so your child can go directly there. Many times I'm in a meeting and not in the classroom, and I don't want anyone to feel lost. After that, we have Bronco block and then math. We squeeze in some science and social studies before our lunch at 11:51. After we come back from recess, we wrap up our science and social studies and wrap the day at the end of the day with literacy. Something that will be new for you this year is in second grade, your child will receive numerical grades in all academic areas except health. Grades are visible in the parent portal anytime, and I will send frequent grade reports to keep you posted. Here's the grading scale. When we take a summative or a unit assessment, if your child scores below a 70, I will do some reteaching and allow your child to take a reassessment. The highest score will go into the grade book. And then I'll also enter a decimal point and the lowest score, so you are aware that that grade is from a reassessment. Every child takes the iReady Universal Screener diagnostic test in reading and math 3 times a year. We just wrapped up last week taking the reading and math beginning of the year screener. We'll take it again mid-year and end of year, and of course our goal is to see those numbers increase. The iReady screener is also one of the criteria used to qualify students for the gifted program. So if you have any questions about that, our wonderful gifted teachers, Miss Ward and Miss Albritton, can answer questions about that. This year, we will be working on literacy. Our literacy program is the EL program. It's got 2 components. The first part of our literacy is module block. That's where we use text, we work on comprehension, a lot of discussion, and develop our vocabulary. The second part of our literacy is skills block. That's when I'll be working with your child in small group, and your child will be working in rotations on materials that are his or her just right level. This is a little bit more about the EL program. Our module block is divided into 4 modules, and right now we are in Module 1, learning about schools and community. Module 2, the kids love, it's about dinosaurs and fossilization, and Modules 3 and 4 are about pollinators and their importance to the world. Here are our topics we cover in math. Math is very active and hands-on. It's critical in 2nd grade that every child is fluent and accurate in addition and subtraction facts to 20. So if your child struggles with that, I'll be working with them here at school, but any help you can give at home is much appreciated. We work on problem solving, computation, and communicating our thought process and our answers. Here are our science topics. I love science. In just a little bit, we'll be moving into matter, states and changes of matter. It's very active and hands-on, and those photos are from some of the science that's taken place in my classroom over the last years. And here are our topics in social studies. Love social studies too. I love it all. The kids will say I have a lot of favorites. Entrepreneurship. We have entrepreneurship as a special, but also within the classroom. Your child is encouraged and welcome to apply for a class job. Hopefully you've seen the job applications come home, and then we work through the interview process. I model that with them. We shake hands, make eye contact, answer questions, explain why we'd be good for the job, and if your child is hired, then they receive 10 Bronco Bucks a week. That can be used at our class store. They also earn Bronco Bucks with wonderful behavior or good work, and all of that gets banked or cashed in for shopping at the class store, which we usually do every other Friday. As we've begun the year, I've been doing it every Friday. Donations are greatly appreciated. Any individual snacks or toys or gently used treasures, if you're cleaning out a garage or a closet, the kids just love to shop and use their hard-earned Bronco Bucks. We have 6 specials, and they rotate every 4 days. When we have PE, tennis shoes are required. I think tennis shoes are a great choice every day because we go outside if weather permits. Homework. We will begin homework soon. Each night your child will have a little bit of math, a little bit of reading, and if we have an assessment in science or social studies, a study guide to review. Homework should not take longer than about 20 minutes, and it should be very low stress. If your child is stressed by homework, please reach out and let me know. I send homework folders home on Monday. They are due back on Friday. So that gives you and your child flexibility of when to complete homework. If you're busy on a Wednesday night, you could skip homework on Wednesday and do it on Tuesday and Thursday. But please keep the homework folder in your child's backpack. I do frequent check-ins in the morning during arrival time, do one-on-one short math and reading conferences with each child, and if the folder's in the backpack, we can pull it out, review a problem or two, and stick it right back in the backpack. Just know that homework will go through a metamorphosis. It will change. Right now, everyone will be doing the same homework as we get into the routine, and then I will be differentiating homework based on your child's individualized needs in reading and math. So your child may have different homework from another child in the class, but right now we're just beginning the routine and learning how it works. You could help your child find a designated space at home to keep his or her materials and help them get into a routine of when to complete their homework and then put the folder right back in their backpack. Gradual release. Instilling pride and learn from my experience. What does gradual release look like in our classroom? It is letting your child have a productive struggle, not frustration, but rise to the challenge and accomplish things independently, taking ownership of his or her learning. At home, what does it look like? If you'll let your child choose his or her own clothes, pack their own snack, organize their backpack and home space, do some chores, help with cooking, any of those things that encourage your child to take ownership and be proud of his or her accomplishments. Communication. I will probably over communicate and you may get tired of hearing from me. I send weekly emails through Parent Square. The Friday folder will come home. There are emails from the school. I will send frequent grade reports, and of course, we have parent-teacher conferences twice a year. If you would ever like a conference at a different time of the year, just send me a quick email and we'll find a phone time or a time you can come in. So what can you do? Well, you are your child's first teacher, but you can partner with us by keeping me updated if something has happened at home, if the dog is sick, if you've been up late because of someone being ill. Just send me a quick email so I can be supportive or pay a little more attention to your child that day. Join and support PTA if you'll read the emails, review the weekly behavior report and work that comes home in the Friday folder, and then just sign and return the Friday folder on Mondays. Help your child get into a good homework routine. If your child watches TV or movies, turn on the closed caption so words are going across the screen, and make small moments count. If you're at the grocery store, maybe teach your child to look at 2 items and decide which one is the better choice or the better financial option. As you're going through drive-thrus, talk about the change and the cost of things. And of course, reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Here are some ways you can stay connected with the school. There's the Parent View online and mobile app. My Payments Plus is where we accept all of payments for field trips, lunch, anything that comes through the school. Of course, make sure that you are connected through Parent Square. There will be notifications sent from me, from the school. If you have a transportation change, please send that notice in writing and notify the front desk and me. Please do not send an email or a Parent Square notice on that day of with the change. I check email first thing in the morning, and because of our schedule, usually do not get a chance to check it until the end of the day because I'm working with the children. If your child is absent, please send in a note explaining why, and if it's one of our excused absences, I'll change that absence to excused. I'm going to let you look through the dress code at your leisure. You could pause the video and look, but the main thing is appropriate shoes, appropriate attire, no shoes with wheels. I encourage the kids to carry a sweater or a jacket in their backpack. The temperature in our classroom changes without me changing anything in the classroom, so I keep a sweater here. And when they're comfortable, they learn better. Here are some more about the dress code, so feel free to pause it and read through that. Also, there is a media release as part of the My Payments Plus paperwork. Head is very active on social media and posts pictures of our different events and activities. If you would like to opt out of your child being in any of those photos, please make sure that you note that in the system. Also let me know. I'll give that name to our social media team and we'll make sure they're not included in our post. Now, if it's a group event after hours like the talent show, then the opt-out is not included. So let's talk a little bit about technology. Students have a new way to sign in this year. They enter their student number and then they click on 2 pictures that they chose at the beginning of the year, and that is their password. When they're at home, they'll enter their student number, choose those 2 pictures, and also enter their birth date, which is what they used last year. Want to make you aware there's been a change in the policy on the Chromebook device care. If a Chromebook is lost, there is a fee, or damaged, there is a fee. And if a power adapter is lost or damaged, there is a fee. Lunch and birthdays. So our lunchtime is 11:51 to 12:21. We love lunch visitors to come every day except Monday. Ice cream is available for purchase on Wednesdays and Fridays for $1. You can send that in. I send in the order first thing in the morning. So if your child checks in late, they'll miss that ordering time, but can use it the next day it's available. When you come to eat, please sit in the tables designated for parents, which is lovely because you can chat and have a little quiet time with your child. And just know that only your child can eat with you, no friends. Birthdays. We celebrate every birthday in our classroom. We celebrate the summer birthdays before we get out of school. I have a little gift from me. We make your child a birthday book. They have a special hat. They're the leader. We sing. If you would like to send in individual treats, please feel free. Please make sure they're not homemade. They're store-bought and they're individual, so they're easy to pass out. No whole cakes or cookie cakes. And if you can put the nutrition, make sure the nutrition label is included so I can make sure if a child has allergies or I keep them safe. If you'd like to buy ice cream for the class for birthdays, we can do that on Wednesdays or Fridays. You could just send in the money and let me know. No balloons, flowers, goodie bags, things like that. So PBIS in the color stables is all about making Head a nice place to be. We have 5 color stables and each child belongs to a color stable. We do different activities throughout the year based on our color stable. We have K through 5 activities with our color stable, and it just builds community and makes Head a nice place to be. We work on PBIS and SEL lessons throughout the year. I like to do what I call a soft opening. When your child arrives, they get a chance to chat with friends, to work with some building things and some games, and just kind of ease into the day. I call it, it's also known as joyful learning or buckets of fun. So if your child is here on time, he or she will have that time to kind of adjust to starting the day, and then after special, we dive into our learning. So what is PBIS? PBIS is the positive behavior intervention system that we use at Head, and there are 4 behaviors we target at Head. Your child will know that we call it Broncos Ride, which means respect, integrity, dedication, and excellence. And your child earns Bronco Bucks from staff, from me, for showing those 4 character traits. And then at the end of the quarter, there's a celebration for every child that's earned the number that is required. We have a school-wide matrix. This is the school-wide matrix that shows how Broncos ride in the cafeteria, hallway, restroom, playground, arrival and dismissal areas. And we also have a classroom matrix the children and I have generated together. And the focus is making our classroom a nice place to be and a nice place to learn. So there are a lot of rewards your child can earn, the celebrations that are quarterly, the celebrations through the semester, having those Bronco Bucks to use for class store. You can check your child's Bronco Buck balance when I bank them in Synergy, and I bank them or record them in Synergy every other Friday, so you can keep an eye on those. Also, just to let you know that if there's a negative behavior, I will talk with your child. I'll give a reminder, a warning, and then a check will be in the Friday folder. So if you see a check, that means your child has had 3 conversations with me, 3 opportunities to review what's a better choice. If it is there's a repetitive negative behavior, I'll file a minor incident report that will also be available for you to see in Synergy, and I will talk with you. If there's any issue, I promise that you and I will have had a chance to talk about it and work together to see how best to support your child. This is the conduct card that comes home. Although there's numerical grades in all the academic areas, conduct is graded E, S, N, or U. Thank you for hanging in there with me. We are almost done. Just a little extra information. If you could please send in a dry, healthy-ish snack each day. If your child forgets, I buy saltine crackers and I provide those to the class, but it's helpful if I don't have a large number of students to do that for daily. Water bottles are encouraged. It is hot and we go outside and play, and I want to make sure your child stays hydrated. Please, no juice, soda, or sports drinks. They cause stains on the carpet. A lightweight jacket or change of clothes. If you feel like your child might need a change of clothes throughout the day, you could just keep in the backpack. Please label your child's belongings. Allow them to dress for mess. No super special clothes, because sometimes we're drawing with markers. We're on the floor working and up and down, and of course on the playground. We'll have field trips and more information coming about those soon. We have 2 class parties a year, and our checkout day for Media Center is on Thursday. I'm going to allow the children to take their Media Center books home, but if you'll just please make sure those come back in Thursday morning so they can check those in and get more. I'd like to show you our Google Classroom. On digital days, learning slideshows will be posted on our Google Classroom for your child to work through and complete independently. They'll log in using their student number, the 2 pictures that they chose, and their birth date. If you are interested in being our room representative, please let me know. You would coordinate volunteers for our class parties and any special events like field day. Now let me see if I can pull up our Google Classroom for you to show. I post the study guides at the top. On our Google Classroom, there are a lot of resources here that we work from. Reading and word work fun, math fun, activities your child can access at home, all types of literacy type videos, homework, digital reading library. Sometimes I'll do lessons that I'll record for your child to work through, study guides, and the digital learning day will be moved to the top when it is a digital learning day. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Please post any questions you have to the Padlet, or feel free to reach out to me through email or Parent Square. I feel very lucky to be the teacher of this sweet, smart group of children. Thank you for sharing them with me, and wishing you a wonderful afternoon.